Lake Cloud, Canada, and we have a special invite today, Michael from the US and his company, Cardoso Services, LLC. How are you, Michael?
Hey, I'm fine, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, great. You know, keeping ourselves always busy developing cool stuff. And today, especially, I wanted to, for me, it's a pleasure to have you here because you are basically the AI guy in the team, the main guy who started AI. And now we're combining AI and blockchain technology, which is really cool. So go ahead. How do you get started with the AI? Where do you live right now and stuff like that? Like, I give you the mic now.
Yes, thank you for having me. My name is Michael Cardozo, and I've been working on AI since like it first debuted to the public for OpenAI back in, I believe it was November of 2021 or something like that. And I just had a blast with it ever since. Just using ChatGPT for the first time ever, asking it a whole bunch of questions: how to do this, how to do that, how do I incorporate this piece of technology into this piece of technology. And of course, it's not perfect. It's not going to give you every single answer or know how to give you the answer. But that's where like people come into play with that. So like we take the AI's data or whatever output, and then we use our expertise to make it happen. So along with like it gives you ideas, right? Then you have documentation of these technologies. Then you're able to combine them all together to make some really cool stuff. And like I said, I've been using it since 2021, late 2021 when it first came out. And it exposed me to different technologies, different terms, different things I've never heard of before. For instance, like how does it work? And it just led me down a rabbit hole. And where I'm like actually training my own models now because of learning how to do it using that AI model, ChatGPT. And then maybe I took like a Udemy course how to take this even further down the rabbit hole, and that got me to it got me to open source models, LangChain, LangFlow, Meta, Olama, and all the other bits and pieces that go into that, where we're actually able to have our own model of AI and maybe open source it, close source it, whatever. And then we're able to take blockchain technologies. So we're able to train the AI to do different things. Maybe you're able to train it to do smart contracts, to do the automatic. This is proof that, hey, this is a smart contract from so and so. This is the numbers, blah blah blah. It can do, with the proper controls in place, it can do a whole bunch of different things, and it's unlimited with what you can do with it. Not just like from smart contracts, you can do it to have it automatically send contracts to receive whatever. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Michael, if there is a place where if you have to pinpoint a place for people where to start at the very basis of AI training, what would you point it to go to? Like
Honestly,
what
honestly,
areas?
I would start with like what's already available, ChatGPT, and from there you can get more information about how AIs work. You can read the documentation, and that'll lead you down a whole deep rabbit hole. It goes down neural networks,
Yeah.
how you're able to replicate like the thought process, how a mind works, and stuff like that. It gets crazy.
Yeah.
It gets
So
crazy.
it's basically like when you study medicine, and then you have this area of medicine, you have this area of medicine, so you can choose where you can go to. Like, let's say on the Web3, we have DeFi, okay, we have a smart contract, we have blockchain. There's many different kind of blockchains. Is that on the AI area? It's also the same thing. You have to choose exactly what area you want to be focusing more. Maybe you want to be maybe developing or training more libraries, or maybe there is another area you can go to. Like, can you refer what other areas aside from training libraries? Where can we go from there?
It's it's unlimited. So you have different. You can make AI wrappers. So you want to make an application that uses Chat GPT. You just make a Chat GPT wrapper, right? And you make your app based off of that. Or maybe you want to use ML machine learning to develop something that's able to recognize faces really well. And maybe you want to auto KYC using that, using facial recognition kind of software. Or
Nice.
maybe you want to train a model to do, or not just like a model, you can train anything to do anything, right? Um, it's just crazy. And then you have no code, low code options, right? Say, for instance, you're not very code oriented kind of person. So you can use what already exists and apply that to different areas.
Nice.
So,
Just so everyone knows, Michael and I, we belong to the community of the Dojo of Cloud Underground, and that's how we met. And now I brought the blockchain to the group. He was already doing AI. Now we're trying to combine blockchain with AI, which it gets really interesting because a few weeks ago I have an interview and it was about AI and blockchain, and basically I got the tip of the reason why they were using AI on the blockchain. So on the Ethereum network, anyone who wants to stake no money or cryptocurrency, for you to have a node, you have to put down 32 ETH on the node, right? And basically, you can also lose that money if your node is behaving, is doing something weird. You can lose that money. This is stuff a lot of people don't know. So these companies basically using AI to help with those problems to see what's happening and how these nodes that are validators of the blockchain network behave. So AI is going to be like, it plays a crucial role on the blockchain technologies. It actually helps us to, they call it the intersection between AI and blockchain, because you know how there is a lot of videos out there of someone, I don't know, like making it seem that it's me, my voice, and everything else. Well, if I have a unique identity, the blockchain will know. AI, I think, is still gonna fight so hard for AI to take over my identity on the blockchain. So that's why blockchain is important, especially now that AI, they say that in 5 years, AI is going to be smarter than you and I together and the entire humanity. And that's how it's leading to. Looks like it's going that way. And when I look at documentaries and people who work with AI, they say that the future is bots. So anyone could be, you can have your own company, but just having bots. What the bots will do for you, even though I don't have a lot of AI training, it's not my area, but that's what I'm going. Bots will be the competition. First of all, you need to know what is that you need. Okay, you create the bot, send the bot to get the information you need, and then to analyze the data and then present it. So whoever does these three things faster, right, in the future, that's a competition. Like it's an ongoing of 24/7, and that's something that I like about blockchain technologies and everything. Every DeFi that is out there is like there is no time. It's 24/7. It's always running. Anyone can participate regardless of your color, your nationality, your religion. It's for everybody, and that's what I think that the game is fair too. But also now with AI there and many companies that have the funds, the money to do a lot more than the small guys like us, right? It doesn't matter because you can still develop something that they will not develop that fast because you have, I don't know, probably you train yourself in a specific area. The truth is, like, anyone can compete in the future, right?
yep, yep. And like when you mentioned the bots, so the AI has different things called agents, and these agents they can perform automated functions. Like say for instance, you want an agent to look for competition in this country, and you don't have the time to do it yourself, so you program it, and it will search the internet, and it will look for whatever inputs you give it, and it will perform those functions, and it'll give you back, say for instance, a list of competing companies. Or maybe you want it to do research on a certain topic. So you give it those tools for it to use. So you can give an agent access to the internet. You can give it access to Google search. You can give it access to DuckDuckGo search and all these other things. And these are free to use. Anyone can use it. You don't need to be a Fortune 500 company to have access to these tools. They're free. They're available to use. Literally anyone can do this.
You
So
mentioned something about hardware before, that you want to do some farming.
so hardware, that's where the limitation comes from, like your local AI development. So you want to, if you want to make a more advanced models without using third-party tools, software, you that's where the limitation is hardware, right? So you need GPUs. Sometimes you can do AI without GPUs, CPUs, and then the limit. That's where the limitation of monetarily is, because it costs a lot of money to build these things. Then it requires a lot of power to power these things. That's where the limitation is: power and hardware.
Yeah.
But
As you
you can do a lot with OpenAI already.
yeah. So
So you
as
can't
you can
afford. Sorry.
yeah, that's okay. You can see, like you're using a lot of free tools, a lot of open source. Same for us when we're doing blockchain technologies. Um, it's open source stuff, and the code is there, and then you can add any feature. The truth is that in blockchain there is a lot of different careers. You can focus maybe on the infrastructure side or the monitoring side, and there's many things you could do on the blockchain side, plus smart contracts, plus many other apps, DeFi that you could do. And the space is just so huge. There's a lot of room for anyone. And especially now when, let's say, if you don't have technical skills, you can get into the decentralized autonomous organizations, which are companies that people build together and they invest together. And they have a real use case, which is usually the community or investing together. Now AI, as you say, there is many areas, it's unlimited. Like you can go, the amount of careers is a huge, especially from the communication, from the marketing side, from the HR side. It's just amazing what's happening right now and what's going to happen in the next 5 years. And I'm going to say this out here. Anyone out there who's listening to us, reach out to us. We have a private dojo with Cloud Underground. That's where we met. And we do amazing things in there. We develop things, and now we're combining our skills to do amazing things. So again, Cloud Underground, Cardoso Services, Lake Cloud Canada, and that's what we do. We love technology, right, Michael?
Absolutely. I'm addicted, man. You just can't get enough of it.
I know it's like it's something that you cannot stop. Even if you're like you get so passionate because you're a pioneer on this. I'm a pioneer on this, and right now a lot of people is not even noticing what's happening. Like they're building robots, AI is doing this, blockchain is doing this, simplifying everything that we do. Right? The question is where all these people is gonna go. The people who is not aware of what's happening. Right? It's kind of scary at the same time, but what we know is that we keep building no matter what, and that's a place where we meet. That the dojo, Cloud Underground. So if anyone is interested in working with us, we're building sandboxes. We're building sandboxes for AI, sandboxes for blockchain, and no matter what we do, we try to. We have a sandbox that we call the Nexus, box. And basically what we do, we just click and we can deploy anything or test anything you're looking for. Something that we love to get in the future is AI to do auditing for the smart contracts, because the blockchain is kind of hard to hack. It's too complicated, but the smart contracts are the ones that are hacked most of the time. Like people get confused with the smart contracts and blockchain. They combine these two things. And the truth is that most developers out there are not using best practices. So if we go AI to monitor every smart contract and have a baseline of what the smart contract needs to have, and there is already libraries for that, like Foundry and all these, there's tools for that, but using AI is another level, right? And I hope that it's going to take some time by the time we get there, but we need help, because there's so many different topics, right? Different consensus mechanisms for the blockchain, different libraries, many different things. So yeah, Michael, anything else you want to say before we go?
I mean, the world's our oyster, so if you want to join us, feel free. This is a opportunity for anyone to learn, and it's easy. You just have to have that drive, that desire to change yourself, maybe change your family. I don't know, but this stuff is wild, and what we're doing here is going to change the future forever.
for us, for everybody. And you know what? It's gonna be a lot of competition because a lot of people will not always use AI for good purposes. So it's gonna be some kind of fight in there. And I actually had this conversation with companies that have been calling me, hey, we need blockchain for our AI stuff that we're doing. And now it's like we keep coming, we keep receiving phone calls and emails. Hey, I need a team like you guys, AI and this and that. So it's in the works, right? But if anyone is listening to us, hey, feel free to reach out. We got expertise in the house on AI, blockchain services, especially for centralized blockchains, Hyperledger, Corda. We don't focus too much on the decentralized and forking other blockchains. It's no point for us doing that. But we want to have a unique niche where we combine AI, private enterprise blockchains, and do auditing and move forward. You know what? I used to do hacking before, like pen testing and stuff like that. I would love to do that now for smart contracts in the future. There's a lot of money in there. There's, anywhere I look, there's money here, is money over there. It's just like, it's so new right now, and we just like putting our face over there that eventually things are happening on its own.
Yeah, right now it's a money tree.
That's true. Well, Michael, it was a pleasure having you in the stream here. We're gonna keep doing this. I really like it. And you know what? Eventually, we're gonna have something to showcase here with you and I combining forces and our team. And thank you very much, Michael.
Thank you for having me here, George. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Take care. I'm gonna hang up now here. Yep. Exciting. Cheers, Michael. I see you in the other line.